Right.
Founder of One Coin a Day joins us on the Studio
Good
One
morning, Mark.
sofa now. Thank you very much indeed for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me on the show.
And what an amazing initiative this is, with such a rich history, and all the more poignant given the fact that you came up with the idea right here in Dubai. Talk us through the original concept if you can, because before it was 1 dirham that you were after, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is going back about 10 years now. I was teaching at Ajman University in the Emirates, and after my class, I went downstairs and I saw students smoking. But to be honest, I got nothing against smoking. Anybody can smoke. It's between them and their parents. Just because I'm a teacher, I like to tell them things that I think is important for them to understand. So I said, okay, for every cigarette that you smoke, just give us 1 dirham. And funny enough, there were 3 or 4 students, and quickly they took out a coin and they gave me the money. And I was really amazed. I was shocked. I said, wow, that was easy. And I went back to my office and I said, supposing I had asked them for 1 million dirham. That would have been a different story altogether. They would have kicked me out of the university for that much money. Anyway, this is how the project really started. And then we started looking at how we can really make use of that concept, taking 1 coin from 1 student, and then if you multiply the number of students that we had at Ajman University at that time, I think it was around about 25,000 students. So the number is huge. So now we had a beautiful concept where everyone contributed a very small amount of money, and then with a big impact. So that concept really was taken on by everybody very quickly, and from there it just
to where we are today. Wow.
Well, this is really fascinating because you obviously came up with this idea so that your students would quit smoking or at least reduce smoking. But then again, you drove inspiration from it, and now, I mean, this is being directed towards such a noble cause. So tell us about where exactly these funds go and what it's really used for.
The issue that we're looking at really is to look at the United Nations Millennium Goal number 2. Being an academic, I understand education more than I understand business or any other things, or health and medicine. So I thought maybe the United Nations Millennium Goal number 2, it addresses only education. So that education, they want to provide education to all the underprivileged children all over the world, and to eliminate poverty. So the goal is to provide education that eventually would help them to live a better life in the future.
You make a difference to so many, and you're doing it again with this. You talked about the 1 dirham campaign, which was over 10 years ago. That's now become 1 coin, because this is a global appeal now. It doesn't have to be 1 dirham, does it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The original idea was only for the Emirates. It was only a small project that we initiated at the university, and I thought that was it. That's more than enough. But eventually, I had an opportunity to go and visit some of the places in Pakistan and in Africa, and I realized the poverty. You could see, for example, children, they have to walk 20 or 30 kilometers just to go to school. You had pregnant women, if they're expecting a baby, they would expect to go maybe 100 kilometers before they're able to deliver the baby. And if there's a complication in the surgery, the chances are these women will die. Now that changed completely my understanding how I should contribute towards helping people with this project. So we realized that now we have a very good concept. Maybe we need to expand that to a global level. And the initiative that we wanted to take was to solve one of the Millennium Goal number 2. So from 1 dirham, it eventually led to 1 coin. So it could be a dirham, it could be a dollar, it could be a peso, it could be any currency, whatever. So really, from 1 dirham, it became 1 coin.
But you're not talking about the coin in the physical format. I mean, that's almost a symbol, isn't it? Because you can now make donations online because the technological advances as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You have to look back 10 years ago when we started the project, it was very hard for us to connect with people because there was no social media. And there's no way we could have engaged such a large amount of people to raise such a large amount of money. But now things have changed. 10 years ago, it took us approximately 3 to 4 years to be able to collect at least about 20,000 people to help us support the project.
Yeah.
But now, within a very short period, 5 months, we're able to connect with millions and millions of people, and this is all to do with the advantage leveraging on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and all the other social media network that we have at our disposal.
Right, so how can we make this happen? I mean, because it's not practical to come up to you and you drop a coin every single day. You guys has changed already.
It's not going to go. And every little helps.
So how can we do this? How can we contribute, say, at a stretch?
Nowadays it's very easy, to be honest. You don't need to physically go around and collect your money. Everything is online. We got a website, www.onecoin-un.org, so people can log on and then immediately they can contribute.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be 1 coin. They can contribute 10, 20, and it's really up to them.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I really want to convey here is that the problem that we're facing in the world at the moment is too colossal, it's massive, it's big. The number of students who are out of school is approximately 93 million children. They don't have the basic education. Now these numbers are really phenomenal. Now you can't really expect the government to be able to take care of all of this. And you can't expect the NGOs in collaboration with the government to take such a big responsibility. What we are saying now, the message, is that every single one of us should be able to contribute something to make the future better for the underprivileged children.
Everyone can do their part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
So we have converted the concept of corporate social responsibility, which is well known, well established, everybody knows about that. All the big organizations, they want to contribute. What we're saying here now, we've expanded that concept to introduce professional social responsibility. That means if you're a professional, you should be able to contribute.
Well, what we'll do is definitely get you back on, because it is gaining a huge amount of momentum around the globe at the moment, around the region. Unfortunately, we've run out of time on this occasion, but thank you so much indeed for coming in and telling us more. And if you'd like to find out more, you can get on our Facebook page right now, facebook.com/Studio One Live, where you can find all the links to find out how you can contribute and do your bit to OneCoin. Thank you, both.
Thank you very much for having me.
Coming up, how to protect yourselves from cervical cancer.
That's all coming up after a short break. Stay tuned.